So, introduce yourself.
My name Kai.
Where you from?
I was born in Inglewood, raised in the IE, pretty much everywhere. Mainly Redlands though. Redlands, San Bernardino.
Okay. So let's jump straight into it, man. Tell us about growing up. How was that for you?
Growing up, regular
Regular.
young black kid growing up. I had a two-parent household though. That's something I can say. That's a little outside of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, bad as fuck. Running around, brothers, cousins. Yeah.
How many siblings you have?
Man, yeah, I got four brothers.
Four brothers. House full of boys.
House full of boys. I'm the youngest, so you know how that go.
Yeah.
You know
So
how that go.
a lot of bullying.
A lot of bullying, a lot of tough love, a lot of hard lessons. A lot of love too, though.
Yeah.
A lot of love growing up. So,
Where'd you go to school?
when I was living in LA, I went to West Athens off of 120th and Boulogne. I moved from LA at like 8. I moved to San Bernardino, but I was going to school in Redlands. I went to Franklin.
How was it moving from LA to IE?
It was different. It was definitely different, especially not just the IE. When I moved from LA to the IE, I was living in San Bernardino, but going to school in Redlands, it was different. It was a whole different vibe for sure.
In which way?
Just the kids was different. How we was raised and growing up, I could say we was a little more aggressive to a certain extent. Well, not even to a certain extent, to a large extent. We was a little more aggressive. So, but that's just how we knew how to be. So we came out here and it was way more diverse, and yeah. So our aggression was a little different from what they was used to when we came out here. But yeah, that was one of the big differences when
You
we
feel
came out.
like, was it hard for people to accept who you were out here? Like, how did people receive you as far as that?
Some people it was hard to accept. It was misunderstood for the most part. Growing up, I was misunderstood, but the people who did accept it and understand it, those are the people that's still around from a young age, elementary school, middle school. Those were the people that we had that type of mentality in common. And if it wasn't the same mentality, the mentality was understood. So, and the other people was just weeded out. But yeah, it was for some people it was a lot for them to accept or understand. So I was misunderstood a lot growing up, I would say, me and my brothers.
And when you moved to Redlands, you say you went to Franklin?
I went to Franklin Elementary, up.
Elementary. How was elementary school for you?
It was straight. I was never good at school though, because I had the two-parent household that I had. For some people, a two-parent house, when they hear two-parent household, they would think like automatically it's good, But it's not always what it's made out to be. My two-parent household, it was a lot of chaos. And when I would go to school, I think I took a lot of that weight and pressure from home to school, and the shit I would do at school was like a release, So it wasn't really just mainly being born in LA and that mentality. It was really like the environment that I had at home. When I went to school, I released all the stress and all the pressure off my shoulders. I was able to act out in a way at school that I wasn't able to do at home. So I think that's where a lot of misunderstandings came from as well. For sure.
That's interesting. So
for sure.
From there, you went to Middle school, where'd you go?
I went to Moore Middle School. Man. A lot of well, most of the people that I still talk to and still deal with to this day went to Moore. I met them at Moore. That was really like the foundation of a lot of friendships that I got right now. Mostly all of them. It was at Moore Middle School, and that's where I was able to be around more like-minded individuals, people that had certain pressures and certain weight of the world on their shoulders as well, being kids, and we was able to mend friendships through that. So Moore Middle School was really like the foundation of most of my relationships right now, for sure.
What about more like just that environment that you do? Can you speak on why it created such
I
a?
don't know. I think I think I just think because middle school, you got kids from all the other different elementaries coming to, because it was Moore Middle School, Clement, and I think Cope. So like in Moore Middle School where it was at, that's where most of the black kids went to, either that or Clement. So I think it was more Franklin. It wasn't that many black kids I could deal with. But when I went to Moore, that's when a lot of, you feel me, the black kids came around and stuff like that. And you know, being young and black, y'all gonna all, for the most part, have the same experiences, similar experiences, and the same stress and same, you feel me, weight on your shoulders. So when I'm acting out to them, it's not acting out. It's like I'm being regular, you know? So they not looking at me no type of way. It's like, it's understood. So that's why I was able to be around a lot of like-minded individuals and not seem like a outcast. Because at the end of the day, I'm around people who understand me. So that's why Moore was really the foundation of a lot of relationships I got right now, for sure.
Yeah. So you more eighth grade. We're in eighth grade. Can you take us through what eighth grade was like for you?
Eighth grade. Eighth grade was pretty much, the beginning of eighth grade was regular. You know, seventh going into eighth, that's when I really started, you know, feeling myself. You know, chasing females, trying to be on fly shit. You know, that's when I really started feeling myself, and started to create my own identity in a way. Like I said, I got 4 big brothers, so that's when I really started to rebel and fight back for myself. As far as my brothers in the streets, I always had my own, but at home, that's when I really started to create my own identity. So 7th grade going into 8th grade, that's when I really started to look at myself and try to shape and create my own identity. Towards the end of 8th grade, my mom, she only got 2 boys, me and my brother Quinn. My three oldest brothers, they from my dad, but they from all different women. He got 4 baby mamas all together. But me and my brother Quinn, we from my mom. We got the same mom and dad. So Quinn only 4 years older than me.
Do you feel like that made you guys closer? Like,
way closer. Cause my other brothers, they was in the house, but they still, they moms, they didn't live there. They moms is still in LA. So they spend a lot of times out here with me and Quinn, but they going back to LA, they still going to school in LA. So for the most part, it's me and Quinn at the house. So a lot of the bullying and shit came from him. A lot of tears that was shed came from him. Now I didn't got out the shower butt naked and he's stabbing me with a tack in my ass, like shit like that, like wild shit, pouring hot sauce on me when I'm asleep. So a lot of that came from him. But when I needed him and called him, he coming knocking shit out. So yeah, me and him was real close. But I say 8th grade, that's when I start putting him in arm bars and slapping him and running and shit like that. That's when I really start fighting back. But me and him was, yeah, we was real close. Real close. That was my dog.
Yeah. Just from knowing you, Quinn, I knew about Quinn before I even knew about Quinn.
Yeah.
He's a guy out here.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, he was, like I said, so when I come out here, I'm 8, Quinn 12. So he already going into preteen and stuff like that. And he was a real mama's boy. I was a daddy's boy. So that brought me back to all the chaos that was happening at home, with the beefing and feuding between my mom and dad. You know, my dad grew up a certain type of way, like mom and dad dead by the time he 10 years old, and he was born in 66. So, you know, growing up in LA in the 70s and 80s, everybody smoking, everybody doing dope. So he from house to house. So his way of love was different, you know? So he alcoholic addiction, but he provided at the end of the day. So my brother Quinn being a mama's boy and me being a daddy's boy, it was like it caused feud between us because they beefing, and in my eyes I'm like, shit, that's my pops, like he can't do no wrong, and he like, nigga, that's my mom. So at the end of the day, we beefing because of they beef, you feel me? But I think 8th grade is when we started to see shit for what it was, and that's when our bond really got real close, but ended up getting cut short, you know.
Can you get into that?
He was different, you know. Yeah, my brother, he was different. He was big. Nigga had a gang of size on him, and he was aggressive. So when we come out here, he was misunderstood a lot as well, cause I'm 8, he 12, so he a little older. He already feeling himself, you know. We black, bro. We grow up fast. It's little bullshit gangs out here, you know. I ain't gonna get into all that, but my brother, where we was staying at the time, my brother had issues with him from the moment we moved out here, going to school, because we started going to school out here, but we were staying in San Bernardino. Then we moved out here. So from the moment we moved out here until he passed, it was always problems, even with me. And he loved to fight. So it was, he'd be suspended from school for fighting. And my dad, being the wild nigga my brother would come home like, hey, they just chased me home from school. What? We all get in the truck. Where they at? My dad taking us over there. Quinn, you fighting them, Kai, you fighting them. So I don't want to say my dad played a part in it, but my dad, that's what he knew. Like, you not running from nobody. We gonna come over here and we gonna figure it out. If they want to fight, we running all the phase. So when my brother got older, he 17, but he looked 23. At the time, he's 17, I'm 13. So now we closer than we ever been, because we still 4 years apart, but at the same time, since I'm older, it's like, I don't know, I can't explain it. I understand more, so I see things a little more clear the way he do. It just made us closer. Let's see. Damn. My pops always told my brother to stay from this specific area, from where these specific individuals was at. And he told him to stay away from there for a while. I'm talking about a few years before he ended up getting killed. Shit, I remember the day like it was yesterday, bro.
Take us through it, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I got you. Let's see. My mom and my dad beefing. So my dad staying in LA and with my Uncle John. So he's supposed to be he came out here to see us. He's supposed to be taking me back to LA with him. Me and my brother used to steal weed from my dad 24/7, bro. 24/7. This is back when weed was bullshit, seeds in it, you smoke it, you hear the blunt popping, that's them seeds and sticks in there. So my pop's looking for me. I'm running around with my big brother. We at the park, we smoking. It's me, my brother, and 3 of his friends. So we at the park smoking. So we got some bullshit weed, then we got some good weed. Back then the good weed was like green crack and shit like that. Like it was some good weed. So we smoked all my dad weed, the bullshit weed. And my brother like it get to this is just some big brother shit. If I seen it, if he came back from the dead right now, I'd get off on him for this shit he pulled. He tell me it get to the good weed, he like, bro, you can't. He like, nah, we ain't smoking this with you. I'm like, bro, we smoked all the weed together. We get to this, we can't smoke it. So he like, nah. So I'm like, all right. So he like, ain't you about to leave with Pops? I'm like, yeah. So he like, all right, I'm gonna walk you. Boom. He walked me. He walked me like, so his homie still out the park. So he walked me like halfway to our apartments. And then he like, all right, you gonna walk the rest of the way by yourself, bro. I love you. I'm like, I love you too. He walked me because it was the specific individuals that we be getting into it with. They all out there. So he just walked me halfway, make sure I'm straight. So I bailed the rest of the way. I ended up running into this female I used to mess with. So we spin off. I don't even go home. We spin off. Boom. My dad looking for me, calling me. The girl I'm with, her mom and my mom is friends. So her mom called her, like, you know where Kai at? Like, you with Kai? She like, yeah, I'm with him right now. So I guess her mom give her the spill what's going on. I'm in the blind still. I still don't know what's going on. So it's just now getting dark too, bro. It's just now getting dark. We spin. She like, come on. She dragging and pulling on me. I'm like, damn, what's going on? I'm like, what's up? Like, what's going on? I'm thinking I'm in trouble. I'm thinking my brother done went to jail, something, but I'm not thinking what it is. Boom. Where we get to is hella police cars out there. It's yellow taped off. So we standing outside the yellow tape. I see a body bag in the alley. And then I see one, like, we on this side of the street. On the other side of the street, I see another body bag, like on a sidewalk under a tree. So I'm looking, I'm like, damn, niggas got killed. Like, damn, this shit crazy. In my mind, if you got a big brother, and I'm pretty sure you know, bro, if you got a big brother that's really with the shit, you think he invincible. So it's nothing in my mind thinking it's my brother, bro. Nothing. Like, no thought came across. I really think he's Superman. Like, I really think he's Superman. So, boom. The police come and they ask me for my name. I'm like, why? They like, are you the guy, McCaleb? I'm like, nah, hell no. The girl that's with me, she like, yeah, he is. I'm like, what the fuck? So, he had me get in a cop car. I'm like, bro, what? So I get in a cop car and they drive me around the crime scene, around the yellow tape. So, I get on the other side. I see family out there. Like, it happened it happened so long ago that family from LA and all type of shit is out here. So one of my cousins, his name Lil Mark, he kind of looked like my brother. Back then, he kind of looked like my brother, same build and all that. So he laying on the curb with his head down. I'm thinking it's my brother. So I walk up to him. I'm like, what's going on, bro? So he look up and he crying. All my family out there crying. I'm still not putting the pieces together, bro, because nothing in my mind think my brother could be touched. So, my mom and dad finally, they over there talking to the police and shit. They finally pull up on me, hugging me and shit. They killed your brother. They killed your brother. It still don't even register, bro. Like, it still don't even hit me. I didn't drop a tear. Nothing. I'm talking about, I didn't drop a tear into the funeral. For some reason, bro, I just couldn't cry because I think now that I'm in hindsight, now that I'm older, I think I was in so much disbelief that somebody was able to do that to a nigga that I really looked at like he couldn't be touched. I'm gonna take you back. This a backstory. I remember one time we getting into it, and this probably like 3-4 days before it happened. We getting into it, he get the best of me. It used to be shit like, he'd get the best of me. My mom hear me bouncing off the closet and the walls and all that, and she'd come in there like, Quinn, keep your hands off my baby. And I used to tell my mom, like, Ma, it's good, like, we good, we straight. Cause in my mind, I don't wanna seem like no hoe, but I'm in there getting my ass whooped. So he whooped me, bro, he whooped me good. And I tell that nigga, I'm like, I never forget the words I told him. I'm like, bro, one day you gonna meet your match, nigga. I'm like, bro, you not invincible. Like, somebody gonna touch you, nigga. You gonna meet your match. But I'm young. I'm not thinking like somebody gonna kill you. So I ain't told a lot of people this, bro. I think I told my mom this, fool. The night before my brother got killed, bro, I swear on everything I love, I'm asleep in a bed. We shared rooms our whole life. I'm sleeping in a bed, he's sleeping in his bed, and it's like I woke up, but I was still asleep. I woke up, bro, I promise you not, on everything I love, bro, on God. I see something standing in the doorway, bro. I see something standing in a doorway, but it's just like, it's almost like a silhouette of somebody, but it's big, like the whole doorway took up, and it's just like a silhouette, bro. I don't see no eyes, nothing. It's just all black. And I see it, but I don't remember, bro. I didn't remember I seen it. I promise you, I didn't remember I seen it until the night my brother got killed. Like, the night my brother got killed, everybody crying and shit like that, and for some reason, bro, I just thought back to it, and I was like, damn, what was that standing in a doorway? And I didn't put two and two together until I got older and acquired more knowledge, bro. That was death at the door, bro. I promise you. I know other people got the same story. It was death at the door. And I never forget that. It's giving me chills right now. I never forget that, bro. But yeah, that was the night before he got killed. He ended up, so he got killed. I didn't drop a tear, bro, until the funeral. And yeah, it's a lot of people that I still run into to this day that's like, bro, your brother, he was a real one, bro. He was a solid one, and that's like that death still got a lot of impact on me to this day.
Deep story, bro. Deep. Sorry for your loss, as always. You know what I'm saying? How do you cope with something like that? Like, where's your head at?
I'm still trying to cope with it, bro. I'm still trying to cope with it. That shit translate into relationships, even with women. Like, I'm still trying to understand myself and figure it out, because I feel like when somebody that close to you get taken out the world in that type of manner, it's like you realize that when you love somebody, it could just end. Like, it's nothing you could do about it, bro. Either they could just leave at their own free will, or they could be taken away from you by God. Like, so I think I got a lot of attachment issues, like not attachment issues that make me clingy, attachment issues like, yeah, I love you, but at the end of the day you could be gone, so I'm gonna protect myself in some type of way. You feel me? So it translate to a lot of relationships that I have. It translates to a lot of relationships that I have with women, and even like the homies. Like, if I'm always expecting something to end, bro. Like, I'm always expecting something to end. Like I said, whether it's they just don't, like, with their own free will, they want to leave, or something else. I'm always expecting somebody to leave my life. So it causes me to detach in a certain type of way. And I'm trying to figure out how to cope with that, bro. That's really what it is. I'm trying to figure out how to cope with it, and it make me as you know, it make me reckless, and not act off an impulse, but it make me feel like this life is so short and anything could happen. It make me have like real reckless behavior, and I paid for that. I paid for that here recently. I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about that, but yeah, it gave me a lot of trauma. And after my brother got killed, bro, I didn't realize it was trauma. I wasn't knowledgeable enough to put my finger on it and like, this is why you move like this. But now that I'm older, I could recognize it, and I'm trying to figure out how to deal with it, you know? So yeah, that death, it impacted me a lot in ways that I didn't realize until now. So now I'm trying to cope with it and figure out how to overcome it.
I feel like that's a common, like you said, like the trauma you feel, you don't really, as a culture of black people, we're not educated enough on emotional intellect to really understand what we feeling. So I feel that.
Yeah.
It's a deep story, bro.
Yeah.
So brother passed away. Where does life take us from there? Not to roll over the story, not to just skip through,
yeah.
But
life take us through a whole lot of ups and downs. It did a real bad number on my mom, for sure. My pops. We ended up moving from Redlands back to San Bernardino. We really bounced around. Living with family, living with friends, back to LA for a little bit, coming back here, family, friends. Me, I'm running around, criminal activities, living reckless, because like I said, I back then I didn't know why I was doing it, but now I know, because I understood how short life was, And like you were saying, us as black people, we uneducated and a lot of shit that matters. So instead of me being like, life is short, so let me do something productive, I'm like, life is short, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. So a lot of criminal activity, acting out, stuff like that, trying to. My mom ended up, she had a good job at first at Beaver Medical. She ended up losing her job. My dad's still hustling. He, like I said, my dad he an alcoholic, but he gonna hustle. He gonna hustle his ass off. He gonna hustle. He gonna provide for sure. Whether it's chili cheese dogs and chips for dinner, or you feel me, he gonna hustle. He gonna make it happen. So my dad hustling. I'm getting to that age. By the time I'm 14, 15, 16, I'm thinking in my head, I'm a man now. You feel me? My mom's still wrestling with the fact that her firstborn got killed. So she trying to parent me, but at the same time, she still got pain that she trying to overcome. So she trying to do the best for me, but I'm running wild. And I feel like that's what a lot of people get misunderstood. It's a lot of people, bro, young black men in this world that had a good mom, but when a young man is 14, 15, 16, you can't tie him to a bed and make him, you can only do so much with him. My mom was a great woman for sure, but you're a product of your environment. You gonna listen to mom when you in the house, but when you get outside, you thugging. So, yeah, it took me through a lot of loopholes, and it made me act out in a lot of irrational ways, for sure.
Looking back on how you were acting, are you thankful for, the way you had to grow up?
Yeah, I wouldn't change nothing, bro. I wouldn't change nothing. It's a lot of people that grew up a certain type of way, and because they didn't go through certain experiences, they mental is shaped a certain, it's for lack of better words, it's weak, So when life get hard, they don't know how to handle it. So a lot of people that grow up and they haven't been challenged, they don't got no pain in their heart. They don't got certain experiences. They never went through certain trials and tribulations. They don't know how to handle when life get hard, because life is hard no matter what. No matter who you is you gonna come across some situations that's not gonna go in your favor, and you gotta have the mental strength and the capability to get through that. So I think what I went through prepared me for a lot of things that I went through in my life here recently, and just growing up in general, for sure.
I almost feel like God put you in these tests because he know what life about to hand you.
Man, hey. Bro, when I think about that, all I can do is laugh, because when I got older and I started looking back on certain things, it was like God was here, like in the, I can't even explain it, bro. The way he worked, it can't be explained. It was like, I can't explain it, bro. He was just moving me. He was moving me, and he was protecting me from certain things, but at the same time not protecting me, because he knew what I was gonna face in life, and he know what I'm still gonna face, because I know my life moving forward is still not gonna be easy. But he knew, so but he was protecting me, but to a certain extent, bro.
It sounds like he was almost protecting you by not protecting you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's why when I come across people and they're a little like skeptical on God, it gotta be because they didn't go through certain experiences. It gotta be. It gotta be because I'm gonna go back to the situation at the park. We was smoking at the same park that my brother got killed at, and when they got killed, they was at the same park. So if he ain't tell me I couldn't smoke the joint of the good weed and I had to kick rocks and beat it, who's to say my mom wouldn't have lost both of her sons and my dad wouldn't have lost two of his sons? Like, you never know, bro. You never know. But yeah, he was definitely moving me, and I always feel like like shit like that happened is supposed to happen. You feel me? Even when it's your loved ones and it hurt and it's painful, I feel like it's a part of me that feel like my brother died to save me. So yeah, he God worked. When people say God work in mysterious ways, I used to feel like that was just old people talking until I really start going through shit and start looking back at it like, nah, he really do. He really do, and you're not gonna understand it until you start understanding yourself and understanding what you've been through, and then you will see how God working.
Truly.
For sure.
I truly think he works through people.
For sure.
And I feel like maybe he was working through your brother when he sent you home, even though you was upset.
Yeah. I was definitely hot, but yeah, he did his thing with that one, for sure.
For sure. So now let's move into young adulthood. Like 17, 18. We're
17, 18, I'm running wild, bro. 17, 18, I'm running wild. I really think I'm the shit. Like I said, a lot of illegal activities. What was I doing? 17, 18. At this point, my mom and dad not even living together. But they still, like, my mom and dad, they've been with each other 30 years, 30 plus years. At that time, 20 something plus years. So they always been cool. They always gonna be cool. But they living separate. I'm living with my mom. It's me and my mom. I'm being a young black man in the situation, seeing your mom struggle, you gonna do whatever is necessary to help her. You feel me? You want immediate satisfaction from your actions and what you doing. You want to help your mom the fastest way possible. And in our culture, how we was brought up, it's like it's only so many things you can do to get that immediate result. So pretty much whatever the viewers is thinking about that I did to get that immediate result, that's exactly what I did. I would say from ages 13, 14, all the way up until 20 years old before all those actions caught up to me. That's what I was doing. Seeing my mom struggle, going in the refrigerator and it ain't nothing but sliced cheese and milk that's probably bad in there. You feel me? You gonna go and make something shake so you can order a pizza and y'all could eat it tonight, and then tomorrow night y'all can warm it up and eat it again.
Can I pause you there? I just want to say, I feel like a lot of people misunderstand what you're saying. You are committing things out of necessity.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? People don't have it. They don't understand your situation, so they look at you and they judge you. This is out of desperation.
Facts.
This is not a want. This is a I have to type of thing. And I just want to make that known.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that do certain things because it's cool. Because they go online and they see it done, so they like, maybe I could do that. But like I said, when it's literally no food in the kitchen, and my mom, she not looking at her son like, go get this done. My mom, she not gonna do that. She living paycheck to paycheck, so she like, son, we gonna have to thug it out for right now. I ask your grandpa to send us some money so we get some food, and then when I get paid, or I could buy some food stamps, we'll put food in the house. Like I said, when you a young black man, it's natural for you to take on a sense of responsibility. You feel me? So I wasn't doing it for sport. I wasn't doing it because it was in or chasing a trend. Nah, I wasn't doing it for that. I was doing it because I wanted to provide and take some weight off my mom's shoulders. So all the way up from 14 until when I was 20 years old, from 14 to 20, that's what I was doing. I was trying to provide for my mom, trying to make sure she ain't got to stress. I'm not about to be, because like I said before, when you, like young black men, we grow up fast. So by the time I'm 14, I feel like I'm a man already. I feel like it's up to me to provide. The weight that get put on our shoulders at such a young age, bro, it's not regular, because it's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be able to enjoy your childhood and have certain experiences at 14, 15, 16 to where you don't have to do that. Not everybody get dealt those same cards though. You feel me? So that's what I took it upon myself to take some weight off my mom's shoulders. And that's what I did.
So you said 20, right?
Yeah. When I was 20, that's when all of it ended. That's when all of it ended for me. I got a cousin, I'm not gonna speak on his name. I got a cousin, like I said, we was all born in LA. My cousin, his dad, my cousin is my mom's little brother's son. He my first cousin. Boom, he was born in Inglewood too, at Centinela. He leave young, I'm talking about 3 years old. His dad in the military, so he South Carolina, New York, he moving around with his pops and his moms. So I ain't see him, we like a few months apart. I ain't see him from babies until 13 at my brother's funeral. I see him, I don't really know him, you know? Like, yeah, you my cousin, bro, but I ain't seen you in 13 years. So I see him, he slide, boom. Fast forward 7 years, I'm 20 now. Am I 20? I'm either 19, about to be 20, or I'm 20. My uncle got a graduation. He graduated from, I think, UCR, Riverside. My cousin come out here, I see him, we reunite, it's cool. They live in Kentucky. And that's where it all go downhill, bro. That's where it all go downhill for sure. I go out there to see him. We chilling. He got the house to himself. It's him, and he got 2 little sisters. But his mom and dad and the 2 little sisters moved to a condo in Louisville. So he got a house to himself, so it's jumping. We go out there. Well, I go out there. Being from Cali, when you see banks, damn, this gonna be a cold story too. When you see banks, you think of like bulletproof glass, security, and all that. But when you see a bank in like a country town, it's a whole different story.
What do they look like?
You know, like, okay, people that grew up in California, I'm pretty sure a lot of schools got this. You know, like, how could I explain it? You know, like the classrooms in the back that you got to walk up the ramp to? Mm-hmm. What are them classrooms Portables? Called? The portal. That's what it is, bro. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it looked like. Like, that's exactly what it looked like. I'm talking about probably that size or a little bit bigger. But when I seen it, That's what it reminded me of. One of them portable classrooms. It'll be a few of them behind the school or on the side of the school, whatever it is. That's exactly what it looked like, bro. So I'm flying from Cali from a situation that I'm dying to be able to help. I'm dying to be able to provide for. I land in Kentucky, we driving, everything smooth. And then I see this situation. Mind you, I've been doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing from a young age. So when I see this, it's like an opportunity that I can't pass. It's like one of them situations. And yeah, I took it upon myself to rob a bank, bro. Yeah. And I'm elaborate on that. And I'm gonna show you how God work again.
Okay.
When I go out there, I don't know if any of the viewers is too. I'm pretty sure it is gonna be some that's that got some type of idea of how the feds work. How the feds work, bro. When I say feds, federal prisons and stuff like that, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the FBI and all that. They got something called enhancements. And the enhancements is like you could commit a crime, but if you do certain things within the crime, they can give you more time for it. Like if you go to an establishment and you threaten people in there, like, give me the money or I'm gonna do this to you, that's an enhancement. That might add 18 months, 2 years to your sentence. And it's all type of enhancements. So, mind you, I'm flying to Kentucky. So I fly to Kentucky. We see the bank. I run a play to my cousin. He got a gun. He had his homie get a gun. So at this point, his homie being shaky about it. Long story short, my flight was leaving like in a few days. His homie being shaky. He got the gun, but he don't want to give it to us. He gave it to us. We about to take it. Then he like, nah, I need it back. My dad gonna find out. We fly back. I fly back home. See my mom and stuff. Like a week later, I had this female buy me another ticket. My mom like, you going back? I'm like, yeah, I'm out there having fun. Like, she like, all right, be safe. I fly back. My uncle don't even know I'm coming back. So when I land, my cousin come pick me up out of Ohio. We drive to Kentucky. We go straight to my uncle's condo. When my uncle see me, he like, nephew, you back out here? I'm like, yeah. I guess he could see it on me, bro. He like, you come out here playing and white folks gonna hang you. I'm like, what? He like, yeah. I'm like, man, I'm not on nothing, Unc. So boom, we leave Louisville. We go back to the house. It's probably like a 45-minute hour drive. So I tell him, I'm like, man, call your cousin. I'm like, not call your cousin. I'm like, call your homie. You feel me? We need that gun so we could lay the play down and I could shake back. He call him. He not answering. He finally answered. He like, bro, my pops found out I took the gun. Like, I can't get it no more. Like, I'm in trouble. This, and that. I'm like, nigga, you in trouble. Mind you, these niggas is a whole different breed from what I'm used to dealing with. Like, how are you 20 years old and you in trouble? But, so my cousin like, how we gonna do it? He like, bro, I'm gonna just take a note in there. I'm like, bro, I didn't fly all the way out here for a note. So we ended up having this female go and get a CO2 gun, bro. This would save me. The CO2 gun is metal. It's all that. It looked like a real gun. It looked like a real gun. Long story short, we ended up going this little ass town in Kentucky, bro. I'm talking about this one stoplight, and that's it. One stoplight, little diners and shit in there. So I'm laying down in the back seat because my cousin, he mixed, like he real light. So he don't stand out too much. Like me, I stand out. So I'm laying down in the back seat. We pull up, jump out. I go lay everybody down, bro, in the bank. Whoever in there withdrawing money, putting money in the bank, whatever, I lay them down to. Lay everybody down, bro, with a CO2 gun. But it looked real. So it's a lady. I'll never forget this lady, bro. White lady. She behind the counter, like where the workers at. And I'm in there, I'm in there yelling. I'm like, who got the key to the safe? I hear she like, me, like real low. So I take her to the safe, bro. I got a pillowcase. I take her to the safe. She start filling it up. She start filling up the pillowcase, but she's shaking. So I tell the lady, I'm like, man, calm down. I'm not gonna hurt you. Like, I just want the money. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna do nothing to you. She like, okay. She putting the money in there. I feel somebody coming in there tapping me, but like, for the people who watching, if they ever did anything, I don't expect much of y'all to have done shit like this, but anything of this sort, like, I was so zoned in, bro, that I couldn't, like, anything outside of me and her, I didn't recognize. Like, it was like tunnel vision. So my cousin, I feel him tapping me, but it didn't register that he was sitting there tapping me for a minute. And it's almost like you know how in movies, like if you in a room, if like when people in the movies, if they in a room and a gunshot go off and then they hearing slowly come back in and then they start hearing shit, it's like he was tapping me and him yelling slowly came in to the point where it was loud. Then I hear him yelling. And I look, I'm like, what? He like, bro, come on, we gotta go. So, boom, we shake. I got the money. I'm laying down in the back seat. I'm going through the money. I'm telling my cousin, I'm like, oh, we up. I'm like, bro, we up. So I'm laying down. I'm not even knowing, bro, the whole time that a female, when I lay everybody down, like I told you, bro, my cousin, he just like, he want to be down, but he don't know what he getting himself into. So he don't know what to do in those situations. So when I lay everybody down, so when I go to the back, I'm back there for a minute. He let a female jump up and run to the bathroom. So while I'm in there, she already on the phone with the police. So when we get in the car and start pulling off, the police are already on the way and I don't even know it. She looking out the window, gave them the description of the car, license plate, all that when we pull off. No, the description of the car, it wasn't no license plate. Description and something else. I forget what she gave them. Basically the description of the car. So when we driving, I'm laying in the back seat. I'm like, we up. I'm like, bro, just drive cool. So he driving. He like, it's a state trooper behind us. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, he doing his job. Just drive cool. He like, bro, he hitting his lights. I'm like, what? He like, he hitting his lights. I'm like, take off. It's time to go. Like, you know what we just did, bro. Let's go. So he start flying. It's one of them country towns, like, when it's one main road. So when you turn off a side street, it's going to come back to the main road. We didn't know that. We young, dumb. We ain't scope it out for real. We just bounced out and did it. So we take a side street, loop around, end up on the main road. We take a side street, hit a couple corners, loop around, end up on the main road. We try to take a side street again. He behind us. He hit us. We spin out in like a dirt, like some type of dirt field. When we spin out, the car die. Not die, but like you can still turn it back on, but you gotta turn it back on. So when it do that, I look up, I see it's still lights on the dashboard and shit. I'm like, bro, turn the car back on. It's good. He like, bro, it's over. I'm like, bro, turn the car on. He like, it's over. He got his hands raised and all that. So I'm laying in the backseat, bro. Kid you not. I already knew we was going to jail before we even robbed the bank. Like, I was having dreams of being in jail and all that. It's just, I was so eager to change my circumstances that I disregarded all that. So, so we ended up going to jail. Now, I'm in jail way in Kentucky. Like, I can't believe it, bro. I'm in jail way in Kentucky.
How do you feel at this point when you get caught? Like, how do you feel?
I think when I tell you I knew I was going to jail, I really knew. Like, so I think that kind of softened up my reaction to going to jail because it wasn't no surprise to me. Like, everything in my heart, my soul, my mind was telling me I was going to jail, bro. But I didn't been in certain situations where I did shit that made me feel like I was going to jail, and I didn't. So in my mind, I'm like, man, this is just one of them situations. Like, if I pass on this play, me and my mom good. So it came out to be like, I think it was almost 90,000, which really ain't no money for real. It was, we was gonna split, the split was gonna be 45-45. That ain't no money to change nobody's life. But at the time, I'm thinking like, if I pass on this, me and my mom good. Yeah, that shit wouldn't have been none. I would have ended up in jail anyway. But so we in jail in Kentucky. I done been in a county already, LP. So I already know how the program is. So he following me throughout the county jails and shit. My case ended up going federal, bro. It's this thing in federal prison at the time that they got to send you 500 miles within your last address. Nigga, my last address was in San Bernardino. They ended up sending me to Victorville. Sweet. Anyway, let me tell you how God worked though. The lady that mind you, if I would have robbed it with a real gun, mandatory minimum 12 years. That was gonna be the least amount of time I could get. Since I did it with a real gun, they give you robbery with a deadly weapon in the feds. Since I didn't, they can only give me robbery with a dangerous weapon. You could take a crowbar in there and they'll say it's a dangerous weapon. So the mandatory minimum on that was 8 years. You got to do 85% of 8 years. So I go to court. My mom fly way to Kentucky, bro. I go to court. The lady that I took to the safe, mind you, this like a real racist town, KKK meetings and all that, rallies and all that. Bro, I told you that they give you enhancements in the feds. So if you threaten somebody in there, that's an enhancement. It's some shit called impact statements, which is statements from the witnesses or the victims that's inside the bank. Everybody, they only wanted her to give an impact statement because that's the lady that I took to the safe. She told them that the only thing I said to her was, I'm not going to do nothing to you. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want the money. Bro, that lady could have said anything, especially being in the type of town that we was in. She could have said anything to give me some more time, bro. She didn't. After my final sentence and she was there, she crying. She went up to my mom, gave her a hug. This random white lady, bro. Random white lady did that, fool. And that was, looking back on it, that was one of the ways that God worked for me. So I sat down, I did like a little over 5 years and came home, bro. Yeah.
Crazy story, bro. Crazy story. 5 years, right? So how long in your sentence before you got sent back to California?
Oh, it was fast. I got locked up like, nah, it wasn't fast. I'm tripping. I got locked up September 2018. I came back to California. No, it was kind of fast. I came back to California July of 2019.
Ain't that fast?
Ain't that fast? Ain't fast enough. Yeah. Yeah, I had to sit out there for a little bit.
How much different is Kentucky prison to California?
I feel like if you go anywhere out of state, besides like states on the West Coast, they look at niggas from California like we think we better than them, or like, but really it's because they think we better than them. But it was rough. It was rough. You know, it was the county jail. A lot of situations where I was telling the homie I fought a nigga over Monopoly, real shit. I fought a nigga over TMZ, real shit. Like it was a lot of shit. But as long as you a man in there, you gonna be good. As long as you stand on what you believe in and stand up for yourself, you gonna be good. And after a while, niggas will leave you alone. That's what it was.
So you come back to California. How you did 4 more years in California? 4 years.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, when I came out here to Victorville, they had put me in a program. It was like I was at the medium, the 2-yard in Victorville. If anybody know, then they know. I was at the medium number 2. It was smooth. They had me in a specific dorm. It was a program for basically young federal offenders. So it was nobody in there was over, I think 28 was the oldest you could be in there. So just imagine a gang of young niggas in one unit. It was reckless too. So we in there fighting over dumb shit. And people, I don't know, some people look at prison the wrong way. I'm not gonna glorify it, none of that. But it's certain things that you could take out of prison that's gonna benefit your life in general, for sure. So when people think about prison, they think about you miserable 24/7, and you're not really miserable in prison until you lay down and go to sleep at night. But after that, when you wake up and you moving around, it's like school 24/7. Like you got some niggas you fuck with, and y'all chill, y'all work out, y'all shoot dice, y'all eat. It's a lot of shit to take your mind off of the free world. But then when they close them doors and you get to lay in your bunk and it's dark and it's quiet, that's when reality hit. That's when, you feel me? That's when a lot of regrets and shit. That's when all that sink in. But it's a lot that I took from jail that helped me maneuver through life outside the walls in general, for sure.
How do you, like you said, you play dice stuff? What do you read in there? How do you how do you pass the time?
It's it depends on the individual. It's some people not mentally strong enough to deal with their situation, so it's gonna be some people going in there and just doing drugs, you know. And that's how they cope. But I'm pretty sure you heard this, bro. Some of the smartest individuals are in jail, for sure. So, and when they see like the older niggas that got life and all that, or got a gang of years, man, I was in there with a nigga. He was 57, bro, been locked up 40 years. So when you run into them specific individuals and they see potential in you, they gonna put you on certain game. They gonna give you certain books to read. You gonna find out who you are as a man in there, for sure. It's gonna squeeze any any doubt that you got in yourself is gonna be exposed. Your true colors is gonna be exposed in there. You're gonna figure out who you are. So that's what I was able to do. I read a lot, acquired a lot of knowledge. I got real familiar with how people are in general, because you can't run in there. You can't run from problems. You can't be by yourself like on the outside world. You could just like, fuck it, I'ma just go in a room and be by myself. No, 24/7, you're gonna be around somebody. So you have to learn how to deal with people. The respect level in there is at an all-time high, because if you slip up when it comes to respect, it could cost your life. So you learn how to deal with people. That's why, like, when I'm at work and somebody, it could be taken as being institutionalized as well. So when I'm at work and somebody bump into me on accident, or if me and somebody talking and somebody walk through us and squeeze through and they don't say excuse me, or they don't say excuse me before they walk through, it's just like, it's certain things that bug me, or not even bug, I ain't gonna lie, it really, nigga, I get furious about that type of shit, because the environment that I came out of, if you do that, somebody will go in the cell and get a knife, or go in the cell and get a lock, put that motherfucker in a sock while you on the phone with your girl, they'll come hit you in the head. You feel me? So you learn how to deal with people. Like, I'm always please, thank you, excuse me. You feel me? You learn how to, it's certain things in there that translate to the outside world. And that'll save you from getting into fucked up situations outside, on the outside, because on the inside, the line is so thin.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly, when you break it down like that. It makes a lot of sense. What's the craziest thing you went through in jail? Or just anything. Give us one story.
See, when you hear about people, going through a lot of crazy shit in jail, it's three things, bro. Either they, and the people who watching, they're gonna be able to vouch for this if they've been through this. Either they do drugs and they can't pay their debts. That's gonna bring a lot of trouble. That's one. If you get locked up and you a snitch, you done told on somebody, that's two. Or if you have cases as far as dealing with kids, child molestation and stuff like that, bro, if you don't have those three cases, you're not gonna have no trouble in jail. I'm telling you, you around men 24/7, so if you a certain type of man and you carry yourself with respect and you demand respect, you gonna have issues to where you fight. You feel me? But other than that, the people in jail who, I'm telling you, bro, the people in jail who getting stabbed up is people who do a lot of drugs and can't pay their debt, child molesters, or people who done snitch. Other than that, you're not gonna have no issues. Me, I didn't have no real issues like that. I had issues to where I'm fighting and stuff like that, but that's regular shit when you around men. But shit that I done seen, yeah, I done seen locks and socks getting put on a nigga while he on the phone with his girl. I done seen people running in the cell, stabbing somebody while they got their pants down, using the bathroom, shitting. I done seen all type of shit, bro. And it's like, when you in jail, it's like on the yard, everybody working out, bro. The yard will get like quiet, bro. Like, you'll be working out, everybody be talking, and whatever is happening could be happening on the other side of I'm talking about the yard is huge. It could be happening on the other side of the yard. You and the homie could be talking, and then it'll just get quiet. People who been through it can vouch. It'll just get quiet, bro. Like, I'm talking about deathly quiet, and then all of a sudden, all the black people start walking towards each other. All the SAs and Mexicans will start because you got to get close to your people because you don't know if a riot about to jump off or anything. So I think when you in jail and you done been through certain situations, your awareness is on a whole nother level because you gotta be aware of your surroundings, because if not, you could become a victim. You don't know. You never know in jail, bro.
That's deep, bro. That's deep. Well, so I feel like that's enough of the, you feel me, making you relive that. So you get out of jail. Was freedom hard? Like, what does it feel like to know, like, today I'm getting out of jail, like, after 5 years?
That shit make me smile just thinking about it to this day, bro. I don't know how I felt when I was born, but I think that's the feeling, bro. Like, I think that's the feeling. It's so much weight off your shoulders. It's so much. Yeah, it's a lot of weight off your shoulders, bro. It's a lot of weight off your shoulders. Because in jail, you could plan for a lot of shit. You could read a lot of books. You could do whatever you want. But it's hard to put shit into action. You can't put none into action. Talking to your loved ones on the phone, that's not the same as being able to hug your mom, or, you feel me, hug your pops, granny, whoever, your girl, whoever love you. It's like the air different out there. You feel me? The air different. It was definitely the best feeling in the world. I think when I have a child, I think that might be up there with it. But I haven't had a feeling that good, bro. I haven't had a feeling that good, because when you laying down on that bunk at night, that's all you could think about, and you be wondering how it'll feel. Like, you will wonder, like, damn, I wonder how it feel to get out of jail. Like, cause I did like 5 years and a month or something like that. So, like, in jail, it's crazy, because you would tell niggas in jail, like, yeah, I gotta do 6 years, I gotta do 5 years. They'd be like, oh, you straight, you good. No, nigga, that's 5 years out of my life. So, like, the feeling was still, bro, I can't explain it. It was the most beautiful feeling in the world. It was beautiful, bro.
I can only imagine how that could feel, you feel me?
Yeah,
so hearing you saying it's unexplainable, I feel like that's the only way you can explain it.
On everything. Yeah, it was beautiful, man.
So, boom, we out of jail. Where are we at life as far as that?
Well, when I get out of jail, I'm still, like, it's fucked up to say, but when I get out of jail, I'm still not really out of jail, because I had to go to the halfway house. The halfway house, how could I explain the restrictions? So it's a house full of people that just got out of jail. You gotta put in passes to go where you wanna go. So if I wanna get a haircut, I gotta put the address down, tell them how many hours I'm gonna be there. Boom. Tell them what time I'm leaving, what time I'm getting back. I skate, go. But shit, as long as I come back with a haircut, they can't tell me I ain't go get a haircut. So I go get a haircut at the homie house and then go do whatever I want to do. But so it was like I was out of jail, but I still had people to answer to. So I was in there from October to January, and then in January I got to go home, but I still had an ankle monitor on. So they monitoring everywhere I go. I got a curfew, this and that. So January, February, March, April. So I was on that until like May, and then after that, it was over. I ain't had to answer to none of them. I'm still on probation, but other than that, it's over. I'm free. It's good.
So, where's your mindset at now? Like, where do you go from here to life? Like,
I still got I still got a certain type of fire in my heart that I think a lot of people don't. Like, I'm not the type of individual that, I think it's because I'm not living for me. I think I'm living for people that's not here no more and people that I love. So it's a certain type. I got a fire in my heart, bro. I remember I was writing a song. I wrote this song so long ago, bro, before I even went to jail. One of the bars is a, a fire in my. I said fire in my heart because my desire like a torch. It's a fire in me, bro. That that make me want to provide so bad, and I don't think that fire gonna go out until I'm able to provide, bro. Like, it's something in me that won't rest until then, and that's really my mindset. That's really my mindset. But now I'm smart enough to understand. I had that fire. That fire was what made me go to jail, you know. But now I understand that fire can push me to do things in a more positive way, you know. So that's my mindset. I'm every day I'm trying to build myself to get to that point. It's a lot of roadblocks in between, but I'm not new to roadblocks, trials and tribulations. So I'm just trying to build my mental, bro, work on my spiritual, and push towards what I feel like my purpose is, and that purpose is being able to provide, but not only provide, but to be able to teach, because I think I'm in a position to where I've been through enough in my life that I could pass it on to somebody else and let them know what not to do to get in a position that I put myself in. But at the same time, I wouldn't take none of it back. So that's my goal, bro. Just to be able to provide, for real.
I think that was beautifully said. 2 questions before we get out of here. What was your biggest lesson from everything you went through? And then what's some advice you could give somebody that may be steering down the path you were at one point in time?
The biggest
lesson you took from all this, your whole life, at this point?
Damn, bro. That's deep. The biggest lesson I think I took, man. The biggest lesson I think I learned is not to live for right now. I think that's the biggest lesson I took. I know a lot of people say live for right now, but I think when you got people that love you and depend on you, it's not always about you living. So you can't live for right now. You gotta live for the future. I think that's the biggest lesson I took. And if I was to give somebody any advice, I would let them know that the exact shit that you going through right now in your life, it's a lot of other men and a lot of other people that went through that shit. The only difference between you and them is some people that fell short, gave up, and acted on impulse. And it's a good amount of people that took that heartache, took that pain and all that, and let it motivate them to be something bigger and better in a positive way. You just gotta pick which one you're gonna be. You're gonna be a wolf or you're gonna be a sheep. So that would be my advice on any, I don't even want to say young black man, because it's not even about that. Young woman, man of any race, ethnicity, whatever you going through, somebody else done been through it. But you either gonna fall short or you gonna let it motivate you? That'd be my advice for sure.
Damn. Deep, bro. Deep. Well, before we get out of here, I just want to say thank you, bro, for sharing your story. You got a type of story that quiets a room, bro. Every ear is listening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have stories that move people. You have one of those stories, bro. I'm just appreciative and honored, honestly, to get a first row experience, bro. Honestly, it's a beautiful story, and I think you're gonna touch a lot of lives with this, bro. So thank you. Bottom of my heart, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.